Well, here's the old Phaeton that got rolled. You might remember this from an earlier video where we did the head work, manifold, carburetor, electronic ignition. She wanted to make it still look like it was stock, you know, and everything, so that's what we did. Her next step was fuel injection, but we found a bunch of problems and gave her enough power to roll it, so there's that. You can see these are, most of it's fiberglass. These are metal here. They'll have to be replaced. This is pretty easy to fix. I don't know if you can see that bracket under there that supports the fender is bent. So we're gonna try and get the tire off, jack it up, bend this back, and then fix the tire. We'll put the wheel on the balancer, see if it, or on the balancer and see if it's out of, if it's bent. If it's bent, she'll have to get another one. This side's pretty much squared away. You can see even the doors jam is fine. There's some damage here and here, probably from it, but nothing that can't be fiberglassed pretty easily. Come around back. I think that's pinched as it goes over the rear end. Oh no, it's not. It must be before the rear end. Oh, over the ladder bar setup. Another. You can see this is just a piece that bolts on. I don't know if you can see that in there. Should be able to. You can see it just bolts on there, and it's just a piece that kind of comes down that bolts on, and then all the bolts there all the way around. So we can take this off and fix it. This is just fiberglass work. Yeah, it's just fiberglass work there. This guy is fried and it's metal, so we might be able to straighten it out. Pretty good bend though, we'll see. And it just bolts on also. The biggest thing is this hinge right here. I don't know how close, how good you can see that, but it is definitely bent. I don't know if I can get a replacement or if I'll have to bend that back and then do something with it. A little bit of fiberglass work here. New windshield. She wants it to go taller. It's a pretty low one, you know, like a 14-inch maybe. She wants it to go taller, so we'll see if we can find a taller one for this body style. I think it's a 31 or 32 Phaeton. And then she wants to change the color and the flame designs. So I think she wants to go with a darker blue with flames that come back, but the nose be red. So red, yellow flames, orange with blue base. I think that's her goal. That's a good chance to take. I mean, it's still got great, it's a still great car. Where they say, good bones. So it's not that bad. And eventually she wants to do a different color interior. So there's that. I was just poking with that. Doesn't look like anything in the steering column. Still goes in and out of gear, so the structure is fine. It just tumbled over. I don't think it rolled once. I think it just tipped over and landed on its head, I think is what the best way to say it, rather than, oh, it rolled it, you know. People think of a car flipping flopping down the road. Anyway, this is the way this door always opened. So that's it. That's our project. We'll see if we can get her mechanically checked out, make sure the oil's good. We'll drain it, change it, get this tire fixed, check the transmission fluid, drive line and stuff, see if we can change out fix the exhaust so it looks halfway decent or it flows okay. Then we'll see if we can go down the road in it. If we can go down the road in it, then we'll start taking it around for paint and body quotes. My brother wants to, we want my brother to come up and do it. He's a very skilled painter. And my niece is Ladyline Barnes, Brittany Ladyline Barnes. She does pinstriping, so we might have her do the pinstriping or the flames, whatever, which would be really cool because then it's a family thing. Anyway, so there you have that. I guess that's the best I could do at summing up what we're working on, and I'll keep you looking at all the cool stuff. We'll have to get some new taillights, thank goodness. Well, a little bit of check the oil and fluids and stuff, a little bit of fuel down the vent tubes, tapped on the jets, I'm sorry, the float adjuster. It's got the needle and float in it. Then the fuel was, I turned it over a few times, the fuel filled up in the bowls and it started right up. Sounds a little funny because of the exhaust, but I don't see any problems with that mechanically, so we'll see. Idle's nice. It's a little sticky. I had to pull it back a little bit. Hey guys, got some replacement parts in for the Phaeton, the Ford. Still haven't figured out if it's 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, whatever. Some of the parts match up really nicely, some of them don't. So I think it's the kit that, it's a fiberglass body, so it was a kit that was made, and I don't know, maybe it was an amalgamation of parts used to put the whole thing together. Which worries me about the cowl, because we ordered a cowl that looked like it would fit this grill, because this grill is nice. But it hasn't come in yet. So what we're going to do today is try and replace this radiator and maybe get this door mounted. The hinges are a little bit different, so we'll see about that. First thing's radiator. This is a really nice Griffin aluminum replacement radiator that is designed for the swap of the small block Chevy. So the inlets and outlets are all instead of the flathead Ford stuff. So we'll see how that works. It's got the automatic transmission bung, this temperature sensor bung, and it looks like the hose sizes are the same. So if you see down here, we got big hose, little hose, auto transmission, temperature sensor yonder, and then it's got an additional plug. I don't know what it would be for. Maybe one's for electronic ignition stuff, sensors, you know, instead of gauge sensors. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. I'm also going to get it back up on the lift so that I can go up and down with it without having to get on my back because I'm a lazy old guy. Alright, so the next piece we're going to do, oh, sorry. We got this guy on. The wiring down here that you see loose is for the lights. Can't do the lights until we get this, this bracket in here. So I'm going to do some working on that. Plus need to put this bolt over here with a spacer, and then we're also waiting on this cowl. So the lights go across here and you can't get the cowl, the lights go across and you can't get the cowl on, so kind of pausing on this. I started it up yesterday, made sure that the fan was tuned. It's got a little knob over here for the on off right here, and it's temperature based. So this is a bigger and better radiator, so it cools better, so I had to set the temperature on it correctly, so it won't be really cold running. But yeah, everything all runs. I gotta install waiting to get the cowl on, the front cowl, before I install the overflow. Got this guy just kind of tied up right now. Anyway, that problem is solved. Next one, so now it runs and drives, you can let it idle and stuff, you don't have to worry about it. So next one is get the door on, and if you see here, this guy is broken. It's supposed to have a little latch on it, and just snap that off. You can see it's a weak point, but it's through bolted. Can't really see in there. Heck, I can barely see in there. Through bolted with a nut on the back. Not a captured nut, so I got to get back there, put a wrench on it, and then unscrew these. So I'm just kind of prying out on stuff and you know, trying to get it in there and replace it. And then I'll work on the hinges. The hinges just aren't the right ones. I ordered hinges that are supposed to be 26 to 32, Oh, I'm sorry. No, what are they? I think they're 32 open door for open body. Door hinge set 28 to 29 Model A open door. So they're straight. So I think I need to go to 3031. I think that's what this is. I think the body is actually a 3031 body. Yeah. I don't know how to tell. I mean, that's, you know, I don't know how to tell. I just keep ordering parts, and there's one thing's one. It's 32 front for sure. I think this is a 3031 based on the distance. So I don't know. I should have did more research before we ordered parts, but I thought I had it right just by looking at the pictures, but that doesn't work. Anyway, I'm gonna try and get that latch fixed, and then I'll look at pulling the hinges off and making them look the same as the other side. And then I'll see if we can order some, but get the door on at least, so we can, you know, take it for a ride if need be. And then after that, we'll start on getting this thing fixed and the back fender and stuff. All right, well, we got the radiator all in and everything's good there. Starting to look at the door and the running board and stuff. So this fender and its backing plates got to come off. As you can see, it just needs some rebound together. It's pretty straightforward. This thing's bent. I'm going to pull it off, see if we can get it straightened. This bracket's going to take some working. So there's a whole bunch of bolts, and I'll probably take this tire off. Now I think about it, take tire off, get these bolts out, get this thing off, see if we can pound it straight, and just, you know, basically looking at straightening stuff up. You know, back to working on the 31 Phaeton. I was just going to patch up this to get it bolted back on the car, but I figured we'd knock these other things out too. So to avoid conflict, we cut a slot there, so we'll patch it and then put stuff over it. This guy going to take quite a bit of love, but it goes on there like that, and we're gonna have to dip into, you know, that side. So just getting it cleaned up so we can bond it. It'll bond. A couple little spots we're going to reinforce again. These are holes that hold the fender on. And then I'm also going to, still not finished with this, but I'm going to I'm going to pull these up because the new ones are going to bolt onto the side of the fenders in here. It'll look cooler and sleeker. Anyway, so I was just letting you know what we're doing. So that's where the tow cable actually ran against the fiberglass and cut into it, and then when they were pulling it out. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do.